All right, so yeah, your boy JB had to set up a new live. So let's see if this works here. Let's see if this works here. But looks like the Eagles came away with 3 points, and so they're up 3-0. Kickoff on the way, and no return, so the Dolphins will take over. Yeah, this is a lot of weird stuff going on here. All right. So here goes the Dolphins now trailing 3-0 from their own 25-yard line. Up, there's going to be a penalty here. Let's see. Braden says testing 1-2. Carmichael says, but yeah, I hope the Eagles win. Lewis says, let's go. And so, oh man, what a start. What a start. Today's a weird day, a very weird day. All right, so the Miami Dolphins here, 1st and 15, and they're going to give it to Jalen Waddle, and Waddle is going to pick up about a good 7 yards on the play. Carmichael says, JB, I think it's working now. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. All right, the 2nd and 3 for the Dolphins. Play fake. Tua throws it, gets the completion, and that's going to be Tyreek Hill for the first down. Lewis says, you had too many, you had 4 too many shots yesterday. Brandon says, JV Internet is now Lamar Jackson. There's no stopping it. Hey, how about that Baltimore Ravens one? I did not see that one coming. I had picked Detroit to win. I thought about picking Baltimore. I did think about it, and I almost did, but I stuck with Detroit. But man, in hindsight, that was a crazy game. The Browns, when Deshaun Watson got hurt and then in came PJ Walker walking him up and down the field, that was insane. All right, toss the ball here to Mostert, and Mostert's going to lose some yards here on the carry. Reddick got in the backfield. Let's see. Lewis says Utah knocked out USC. I did see that one there. I did see that one there. That was a really good game. That was a really good game. And so shout out to Utah coming up with the victory there. Carmack says JB's internet is Kenny Pickett in clutch time. Let's see. Black says, oh, good. You must have fired Brian Flores because now your stream's offense is working. And so a lot of people did get their red paper today. I promise you that. All right. 2nd and 15 here for the Dolphins. Tua throws it short to Tyreek. Got to make somebody miss. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up. All right, so we got 3rd down coming up. I'm going to try to refresh the scoreboard here, see if that'll fix this. All right, perfect. Now we've got the scoreboard working properly. All right, so we've got 3rd and 15 here from their own 38-yard line. Tight end goes in motion, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Gets the snap, pressure around Tua, so he throws that one at the heel of Raheem Mostert, and 4th down coming up. So out will be the punt unit. Lewis said, made more money with the Iowa under as always. They stay in the under, like they really do. Carmichael says, I was surprised when I looked and the Steelers scored and seen a number, you said starting with 2. And so, hey, they did come through. They did come through. And they kept Cooper Kupp in check, which actually helped JB out a lot today. So I do appreciate that from the Steelers. It's like an injured Dolphins player on the play. Let's see, Brandon says Iowa got screwed yesterday, but our offense only got 10 points, so keep roasting it. He doesn't care anymore. He says he's hashtag over it. Hashtag over it. And so Giants fan 56, how are you doing? And you say, let's go Miami. Okay, speaking of which, JB does need to go ahead and set up the poll here. And so I apologize it's taking so long to get the poll question up there. Absolutely. Let's see. Go ahead and start the poll question here. Meanwhile, the Dolphins are about to punt the ball. All right, punts on the way, goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, and that is where the Eagles will take over with the football. Brandon says Brian Hoyer must have messed up. That is funny. That is funny. That is funny. All right. Are you guys currently seeing the poll question right now? Carmichael says, I personally think Najee Harris did great. Black says Iowa was definitely screwed yesterday. And so tell me what happened there. I stopped watching once my picks messed up. I stopped watching. Brandon says the Packers season is done. And so Lewis says Giants fan 56 thumbs up. Absolutely. Again, Dolphins and Eagles here. Both teams currently 5-1 on the season, and only one team can advance to 6-1. Carmichael says, right now you're winning 111-56. Talk about putting away your opponent in fantasy football. Absolutely. And again, we are at the commercial. Let's see, James fan says, don't see the poll. And so, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so let's see. For some reason, because like I started another stream to get back into this, and so I guess my things just messed up now. So I don't think I'll be able to set up the poll here, unfortunately, because I tried it and it's up, but it's not showing for here for some reason. Weird stuff is happening. Let's see. Black says, bad call on the fair catch. And so Braden says, also my fantasy team is screwed. It's been a terrible weekend. Did anybody that you're rooting for, Braden, did anybody win that you were rooting for over this past weekend? It sounds like a horrible weekend. It really does. I'll tell you what, though, to see Ohio State and the Patriots win on the same weekend, oh, man, it feels good. It feels real good. Let's see, Carmichael says you're beating Las Vegas gamblers. And so I know the gamblers are ranked pretty high in our league, I think. So I got to find a way to win this week. If I can just find a way to win this week in fantasy, it'll really, like, at least keep me where I'm at. But it'll be huge. It'll be huge in my division. Lewis says he'll vote by halftime. Carmichael says your fantasy team did great. You had to start Russell Wilson. How many points did he get for you? I had to start, what's his name for the Commanders? Sam Howell. I had to start Sam Howell in my other fantasy league due to Anthony Richardson being out for the season, due to me letting go Daniel Jones, due to many other unexplained things. And he went out there and failed me. Like, he just failed me. Meanwhile, Swift gets the carry for 2 yards. Now we've got 2nd and 8 coming up. Let's see, Kenneth says, hey, my friend, how are you doing tonight? And so I am doing great. Kenneth, how about yourself? You say you're doing good. That's what's up. Let's see, Braden says, yeah, Cooper DeJean was telling his teammate to get out of the way, but the ref saw it as a fair catch signal and a touchdown. Oh, man, Braden, that's That's a conspiracy right there. That's the referee trying to take that away from you guys. That's why you can't have nice things right there. Referee out here changing the outcome of a game. And I don't think that's something that you can challenge or something like that. It's not like you can throw a challenge flag for a referee screwing up or something like that. So that's messed up. That's messed up. Let that have been my team. I'd have been livid. Meanwhile, I see the Dolphins getting their hands up here. Jalen Hurts pass is getting deflected here. He better find a way to feed A.J. Brown. That's what I know. I got A.J. Brown on my fantasy team, and I need A.J. Brown to have himself a game today. We got 3rd and 8. Brady says, no, the only team was the Ravens. Jalen Hurts on the move. Jalen Hurts fumbled it. Uh-oh, he fumbled it. It's recovered by the Dolphins. Recovered by the Dolphins. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Black says referees took the under on the Iowa game, and they went out of the way to ensure that it stayed that way too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Carmacker says at least it wasn't Swift that fumbled. But SM, my guy, what's good with you? SM says, yo, JB, what's good with you? Braden says it was an unbelievable play too. Oh, man. Carmichael says, JB, I'm not even going to talk about yesterday. You see, I didn't mention it. You see, I didn't mention it. And so, see, Giants fan says, yeah, Miami. So, Miami gifted great field position here. Shotgun formation here at about the 23-yard line. Oh, the nice fake there. Gives it to Tyreek, and Tyreek picking up about a good 3 yards on the play just out of his sure speed on that one. Like the creativity on that play. Again, we're here in the first quarter with about 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Dolphins trying to get their first points of the game, but they've been gifted great field position thanks to the fumble. And so now we're going to see if Tyreek and the offense can get things going. Right now, though, offense off to a bit of a slow start by their standards. Lewis says he wants to see defense. Essam says both his football teams lost this weekend, USC and the Rams. Shaking your head. And so, oh, man, that's right. The Rams did fall short there to the Steelers. And so, tough weekend, tough weekend. Believe me, JB's had a lot of tough weekends this NFL season, at least for the NFL. But that time, Raheem Mostert lost more yards on the play. So the Eagles are doing a great job of getting in the backfield. Once again, we see Reddick getting back there and getting to the running back before he can even get going. All right, but we got 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 9. Again, here in the first quarter, 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Shotgun here, and they're going to go 5 wide. They're going to go 5 wide. 3 seconds right now on the play clock. Tua's calling for the snap, gets it. Eagles sending 4. Tua throws one up there and gets the completion to Jalen Waddle. That's going to be a first down. That's going to put him at the 6-yard line right here of Philadelphia. And that's going to tack on more yards right there for Tua. He's currently 5 of 6 for 42 yards passing. Braden says Tennessee choked yesterday. Kenneth says, what college game you streaming next week? And so, Kenneth, I haven't decided yet. I typically make my decisions usually either that Wednesday or that Thursday, but I will need to look at the schedule and then see how that would work. That's a great question, though, because we've had some really good ones the last 2 times. Meanwhile, once again, the Raheem Mostert, and once again, he's going to lose yards on the play. This Eagles defense is shutting it down. They are shutting it down. And again, if JB sounds a little weird tonight, JB's just dealing with a cold right now, so forgive JB. Braden says, old man destroyed you in fantasy. Yeah, it was that trade that he made within the zone. I think it wasn't in the zone. It was the sports blitz. Yeah, he made that trade with the sports blitz that got him Saquon Barkley in exchange for Justin Jefferson. And so, again, a chance to compete now. Meanwhile, Tua throws it, gets the completion of Tyreek. Tyreek trying to move around, trying to make some guys miss here. He's going to lose some yards on the play here. Lost 5 yards here. 4 catches for 13 yards. And right now, we've got a pivotal 3rd and goal. So in this situation here, I expect them to look for a guy like Jalen Waddle, perhaps, or either maybe even a tight end also, because I'm pretty sure the defense is going to be trying to gang up on Tyreek. So let's see if Tua can find someone in the end zone here and try to get the first touchdown of the game. Let's see. Giants fan says, feel better, JV. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And so let's see. Matt says, hey, Miss Rhino. And he also says, your Bills stink again. Meanwhile, looks like a touchdown. I do see a penalty right there. I do see a penalty, but let's see if this touchdown will stand. Oh, they're going to call offensive holding. So that's going to take back the touchdown there. My man Tyreek had it, but they're going to call it back because 66 for the Dolphins got called for a holding. Speaking of referees, they can certainly change the outcome of a game. Braden says, he beat you twice this year. Oh, man, Braden, so he pulled out the broom on you? I don't know how many other wins he's got this year, but I bet you he wishing that he plays you again. But, man, that's tough to get the broom pulled out this early in fantasy. Wow. Braden says, yeah, I hope your code gets better quick. And so I hope so. I hope by the time that we have the next, tomorrow it would be nice for Monday, but at least by Thursday night, I'm hoping. Now, Tua throws it. That was incomplete. And even if he caught that one, there was nothing he was going to be able to do. That's going to bring out the field goal unit here for the Miami Dolphins, looking to come out and try to tie things up here in the first quarter with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. RC on Aces, Caitlin and Iowa, what's good with you? And he says, Linda, Mama Dukes, hi. And so Lewis says, thank you. And so Giants fan says, RC, hey, man. Meanwhile, Jason Sanders looking to come out and get a little field goal here. I'm sure someone out there somewhere needs him to make a field goal for their fantasy team. And he does just that, gets 3 points. So we are all tied up 3-3 with under 1 minute to go here in the first quarter of play in a game in which two teams currently right now 5-1. Both of these teams strong contenders. I mean, you look at the Miami Dolphins, we all saw, might cover your ears for this one, we all saw what happened with Buffalo earlier today. And so the Dolphins right now, they seem to be, at least in the AFC East, favorites there. Now, obviously, Kansas City still putting in work. They had a big victory as well. But you guys tell me right now, who are your top 3 teams in the AFC and top 3 teams in the NFC? And tell me the order as well for those for your teams in the AFC and the NFC. Let me know. All right, let's see. Mike says, refs tried to give Allen the Brady retirement, but it could not help. Let's see. RCO Nation says, JB, yo, you too. And so, hey, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know who mentioned the whole, I think it was you, RC, that started the whole conversation about watching college volleyball. I actually did spend a little bit of time yesterday watching a little bit of college volleyball and well. So I appreciate you guys for reminding JB to tune in to college volleyball. Let's see. Eric, what's good with you? What's good with you? And you say, what's good at TMC? You say, salute to the panel and chat. Absolutely. We appreciate you. RCO Nation says, what's good, JB? And so, JB just fighting through the cold. But, hey, JB's happy that his teams won this weekend. We came through and had some big victories, both Ohio State and the Patriots. Those are my 2 teams there. So excited about that. I'm hoping that the Lakers get off to a fast start this year. We don't need to get off to any slow starts. We don't need Anthony Davis to get hurt. Knock on wood. And so we need to be consistent this year from start to finish. So with the start of the NBA season coming up soon. Lewis says, good stop. Let's see. Mike says, yo, Eric. He says, it's Bill Stinks. He says, shout out to Eric. Yes, shout out to Eric. Let's see. Carmichael says, AFC number 1, he's got the Chiefs. All right, 2, he's got the Dolphins. 3, he's got the Ravens. Okay, he says, shout out to the Steelers and Bills. Okay, speaking of the Ravens, they had a very impressive victory today because we've seen Detroit play some really good football this year. So to come out there and for Lamar and the Ravens to look like they did in that matchup, if they can put it together a couple of weeks like that, that'll be tremendous. They choose the one year that JB doesn't go on a limb and say, hey, this is the year that Baltimore's going to make it to like the AFC Championship. They choose the year that I stopped doing it to put together a performance like that. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. Absolutely. All right, you say in the NFC, you've got the 49ers 1, Eagles 2, and the Lions 3, and you're going to shout out the Cowboys and Seahawks. Okay. Braden says, yeah, AD got to stay healthy. Meanwhile, the Eagles here on the return, still running. He's at the 30, all the way down to the 39-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. So sparked by that great return by Boston Scott. Let's see if this sparks the offense to get going and hopefully start to feed JB's receiver, A.J. Brown, in fantasy a little bit. Absolutely. Let's see. Mike says, JB, how did you spend the Patriots victory Sunday? I ordered me some pizza, Mike. I did the same thing that anybody would do. I ordered me some pizza, and I went ahead and just sat back, watched a little replay and stuff like that. Then I started to fantasize about what if this is the start, like for what happened for the Detroit Lions last year. What if this was our game that really got us going, you know? So, yes, JB was allowed to do a little overreaction. Meanwhile, DeAndre Swift, for another carry, picks up 7 yards on the play. He's got 6 carries for 27 yards so far in this one. 2nd and 3 coming up here from the Eagles' 46-yard line. 35 seconds left to go here in the first. All right, let's see. Mike says the Ravens moved up to your top 4. Okay, you say you're not sure where. Kenneth says the Jags, Chiefs, Dolphins, and Ravens in the AFC. NFC, you got the Eagles, 49ers, Lions, and Cowboys. Okay. Bet. Meanwhile, 2nd and 3 for the Philadelphia Eagles here from their own 41-yard line. Jalen Hurts can go over the middle. He's going to get the completion here, and that's going to be Devontae Smith. And so Jalen Hurts is trying to cost JB his fantasy team. I got A.J. Brown. My opponents got Devontae Smith. And, I need A.J. Brown to not just get more points, but to get a significant amount. I've also got Dallas Goedert as well, so that does help. But, man, he is not trying to make this easy. All right, let's see. Mike says Eagles, Lions, 49ers. All right, Eric says, yeah, rival games are tough, bro. Your Bills will bounce back. Can't say the same for the Saints. And so, the Saints. RC on Nation says, JB, how that cold doing, man? And so, yeah, my voice is kind of weird right now, so I'm trying to project in a way to where it's not as noticeable here. But, we're talking runny nose, we're talking coughs, we're talking, a little bit of headache, but it's not horrible. It's manageable. It's manageable. So, but appreciate you for asking. Carmichael says your playoff prediction for the AFC is the Chiefs, Dolphins, Ravens, Jaguars, Bills, Steelers, Bengals. Okay. Because right now we're really at the point of the season where teams start to separate, and we're starting to see the contenders from the pretenders out here. This is where we really start to see one team that has caught my attention. I do like the effort. Now, I'm not saying that they're a playoff team, but they're certainly a team to keep your eye open for. I do like the effort that I'm seeing from the New York Jets. I know that last week they did beat the Eagles there, so after seeing that game, it makes sense to sort of say that. But I saw how they fought against the Kansas City Chiefs as well. So if they can keep fighting like that, they're playing a lot of pretty competitive right now is what I'm saying. They're playing really competitive football. And if Zach Wilson can continue to just give you a little bit more, then I'll be very intrigued to see how this team does the rest of the season. All right, let's see. Braden says, JB, you're having the same problem that you had last week with Nashway in fantasy. And so, man. Eric says you need A.J. Brown and Smith to get 3 bombs. Your fantasy team has Jaden, A.J., and Smith. So, all right, so you can do JB a solid there, and we can root for A.J. Brown and stuff like that because if it goes to Devontae Smith, it's going to hurt JB. But we can both win this together as long as it goes to my guy A.J. Brown, which I need him to really step up the rest of the way. Lewis says he's been drinking all day since yesterday for the Utah game. He tried to match them point for point with shot per point. Oh, man. Let's see. Las Vegas Aces, back-to-back champs. Like it. You say JB drive to work and then call in from the parking lot. I've done it 1,500 times. That would be a JB type of move. All right, back to the action. Play fake. Hurts goes to the tight end, and the tight end takes on that tackle. They're going to pick up about a good 4 yards on the play. And so Dallas Goedert already here with 47 yards receiving, 3 receptions. It is very evident that they want to continue to keep him involved here as part of the game plan. All right, let's see. Mike says Jets top 10. Let's see. Carmichael says this NFC playoff prediction. He's got the 49ers, Eagles, Lions, Falcons, Cowboys, Seahawks, Bucks. Okay. 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. They're currently right now at the 42-yard line of the Dolphins. They snap the ball, throw the ball, and they get the completion there to my guy, A.J. Brown, who finally gets his first catch of the game here. Should have been got a catch here, but he's got it for 6 yards, okay? That's going to set up 3rd and short here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, we're all tied up right now, 3-3 so far in this one. Let's see, Mike says today is also JB Appreciation Day, and so I appreciate that, Mike. I thought every day was JB Appreciation Day. Lewis says Utah won, Bears won, the Packers lost. Rubbing it in there to Braden. He says celebrate and shatter. Braden says there's A.J. Brown. All right, 3rd and 1. Brown goes in motion. Again, here in the shotgun. They need a yard. Hands it to the back. That's Kenneth Gainwell, and Kenneth Gainwell's going nowhere no time soon. Dolphins stop him there. 4th down coming up, in which I have to envision that we might get to see the tush push come out here for the Philadelphia Eagles. I would have to think that that's going to be the call here, or maybe just another option to give it to the back or for Jalen Hurts to keep it. And there we go. Speaking of it, 4th and 1. They're going to run it. They're going to get the first down with ease. How does he do that? He picked up at least about 4 or 5 yards, but there is a penalty, so let's hold off on everything. See what the referee's going to call here. Again, we're here in the second quarter with about 13 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the second quarter, all tied up 3-3. Mike says, okay, use Uber. Let's see, SM says, JB, who do you got winning this game? And so, honestly, I have the Eagles winning this game. I've got the Eagles winning this game here because I feel like the Eagles are going to control the clock ultimately and slow down on the possession. If you give Miami too many possessions, they're just going to go off. So I think the Eagles end up winning this one, and obviously a very close one. But you guys let me know who you guys got winning this one here in the chat. All right, we have offsetting penalties here. So offsetting penalties is what they call it here. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and let's run it back. So offsetting penalties. Carmichael says, I wanted to put the Chargers in the playoffs, but I don't see them coming back from the hole that they're in now. And so I'm with you. Talent-wise, they should be. But if it takes the Chargers to miss the playoffs, for them to fire their head coach, and to get a coach who's actually competent that's going to come in and help improve this team, then so be it. So be it. All right, so here we go. 4th and 1. And again, Jalen Hurts once again picks up the first down. That play seems to be invincible when the Eagles run it. And again, you can notice right now, I don't know off the top of my head like how it's looking in terms of time of possession, but you can clearly see the Eagles are doing a good job of ball control. Now, that turnover that they had in the first quarter there that resulted in the Dolphins getting 3 points there, that was bad, but the defense more than made up for it. They're slowing down the pace of the game here. When you play Miami, you don't want to get into a foot race with them. You don't want to get it to where it's like a high back and forth. You want to slow down the pace and just let Tua sit on the sideline. That's the best defense. Keep him on the sideline. Hurts taking a shot here. Incomplete in the direction of A.J. Brown, which does nothing for JB's fantasy team. But, hey, speaking of fantasy, if you guys are currently, have your own fantasy teams and stuff like that, if you guys got a player that's playing in this one that you need to do well or either you need to do bad, let me know in the chat as well who you guys are rooting for or against for fantasy football purposes as well. And, again, if JB sounds weird here, I promise I don't always sound this way. I'm just dealing with a cold, so apologize about that. Let's see. Eric says, why do we keep forcing games? Well, that's a great question. Lewis says, NFC, San Fran, Philly, Miami, AFC, Buffalo, Ravens, Chiefs. Meanwhile, we've got another penalty here. Oh, man, I'm seeing way too many penalties here. Way too many penalties. I'm still scarred from yesterday, the amount of penalties that we saw. All right, so Braden says Eagles. SM says Dolphins. Okay, Eric says Dolphins. According to this Bill Murray from Groundhog Day. Lewis says I put Miami in the NFC because the AFC is loaded. You can't do that, Lewis. I don't care how many drinks you have, you just can't do it. Carmacker says, Jay never want to see the Browns in playoffs with each other. And so, speaking of the Browns, they pulled off. PJ Walker did tremendous considering the situation to get thrown into the game. Him, Gardner Minshew, because just last week we saw what the Browns defense did to the San Francisco 49ers passing game with Brock Purdy. So, shout out to both of those guys. It was a tremendous game. Meanwhile, they hand the ball off to Swift, and Swift's going to pick up a yard in the play. He's got 7 carries for 28 yards. 2nd and 9 coming up from the Miami 19-yard line. So we're here in the red zone, and will they be able to come with the first touchdown of the game is the question. Kenneth says, where is 80s at tonight with us? And so that is the million-dollar question. Where is 80s? I want to know as well. All right, so 2nd and 9, shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Fake it to the back, throws it to the tight end. Tight end's got a big man in front of him. He's going to use that blocker. He's going to get to the end zone for a touchdown, Philadelphia. So how about that? Philly with it's not exactly the Philly special, but it's special in Philly. So give them those 6 points right there and a touchdown. 9 plays, 61 yards. 4 minutes and 34 seconds in terms of time possession off the clock there. That's how you draw it up. That's Eagles football 101 right there. And exactly why I feel like they have a good chance to win this one here. Look at that. Excellent job. Anytime you got 68 running up to a cornerback like that out there in the open. Yeah, he don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. Elliott didn't want that smoke. Carmichael says you're rooting for running backs. Brandon says Dallas go to a touchdown. Needed that for fantasy. Hey, I got him also on my fantasy team as well. So for whatever A.J. Brown is not doing, that's going to help me as well. Absolutely. Lewis says, I think 80 started his own stream. If he did, I can guarantee you he's probably saying what's not good with you. He's probably doing that. Probably. Let's see. Lewis says no. Lewis went to defense there. I feel you. Eric says yes. Okay. Giants fan 56 is infuriated by that. And so time for the Dolphins to respond here. And so I'm a little upset there. Raheem Mostert has 3 carries for -8 yards. I was pretty sure that he was going to at least cross that 50-yard mark. So I need him to have one of his big runs and stuff like that, or maybe even a pass catch as well. I think I took total yards. So need to get those guys more involved. Absolutely. But it's still extremely early here, second quarter, 11 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Now that the Eagles have scored the first touchdown, let's see if this sparks Miami here. They're a team that typically, I've noticed, when somebody else scores, it's like it sparks their offense to go out there and just follow up. And once they get to the end zone, look out, their offense starts scoring like crazy. So let's see how this plays out. Las Vegas Aces says, JB, my Iowa Hawkeyes women's hoop team won their final tune-up game 122-48. I'm sorry, I got to say that again. 122-48. Wow. All JB can say is wow. SM says you got Tyreek, Tua, Mostert, Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Goddard on a couple of your fantasy teams. LOL, hopefully they all play well. And so I'm right there with you. All the guys you mentioned that's on the Eagles right there. Absolutely. And plus Mostert as well. So, yes, I'm right there with you. Brandon says, yeah, if 80's had his own stream, he'd do the opposite of you. Oh, I know. I already know. Yes. I already know. Probably have like a poster of me in the background that's like X'd out, that's like cancel JB&M or something like that. I can see him doing that. Braden says, yeah, RC, it was against a school called Clark too, LOL. Wow. Speaking of which, I am curious now if you guys would like to share tell me the biggest and the worst, like the best and the worst win and loss that you've ever been a part of on a sports team. Like the biggest, the most amount of points scored on a team that you were on, and also maybe the worst loss that you were a part of and stuff like that, on the team. So let JB know, since we're talking about, that. I'm very curious to know. All right, kickoff on the way. Dolphins will return it. All right, he's at the 20, at the 30, brought down at about the 34-yard line. That's Braxton Berrios with the 33-yard return. And so Miami will take over the football from their own 34-yard line here in the second quarter with 11 minutes and 25 seconds to go, down by 7 points. 10-3 is the score, but now Tua Tagovailoa, who's currently 6 of 8 for 37 yards so far in this one. Can Tua lead the Dolphins down and score on this drive? All it takes is to get this offense cranked up, and once they get going, there's no stopping them. Again, second quarter, 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Tight end goes in motion. They hand the ball here to Ahmed, and Ahmed's going to pick up a yard on the play. He's currently the Dolphins' leading rusher, which makes JB sad. Carmichael says your biggest loss was, 35-7, and your biggest win was 55-0. Okay, bet. Let's see, JB's trying to think, and I assume all of those were football scores. All right, 2nd and 9. Tyreek goes in motion, fakes to the back, throws it, and he gets the completion there, but man, that was close. That was close. The DB tried to pick it off there. That ball just got there before he got there. Tight window. Yeah, tight window there to Tyreek. Let's see, Brady says when he was a junior high, you say your basketball team lost by like 30 points. And so JB can't say nothing. JB's been a part of worse losses than that. I'm trying to think of the worst losses I've been a part of. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3. Throws it incomplete. No penalties on that one. Incomplete, so the Dolphins will punt the ball here. Again, here in the second quarter with 10 minutes and 7 seconds to go here before the half. Carmichael says they were football. Okay, let's see. Braden says, I think we scored less than 10 points too. And so, let's see. JB's got to dig back into the painful archives for this one. Worst loss that JB has been a part of scoreboard-wise. I've been a part of many, many bad losses in basketball. Trying to think of the worst of the worst. I might even have to Google this one. To see the worst of the worst. I'm gonna need the Google, then I'm gonna need a calculator. I gotta look up like my worst 3 losses and then put out a calculator to see which one was the worst of the worst. Carmichael says, JB, I have an appointment to get my farmer's permit this weekend. You're kind of nervous, and so you got this. It's all about all the preparation that you put in to this point. Just remember, just go out there. You're ready for it, and you've done. I'm pretty sure that you've done, all the training and stuff. So you've got this. You've got this. SM says NFL trade deadline is October 31st. That sounds a little spooky right there. Not going to lie, a little spooky right there. What's a trade that you guys would like to see take place during the before the trade deadline? All right, and again, we are here currently at the commercial right now with under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter with the Eagles leading right now 10-3. All right, let's see. Good old Max Prep. They don't mind telling JB about his terrible losses at all. All right, let's see. I'll have to go back into the archives, way back in the archives. Braden says, you got this, Carmichael. Carmichael says, I hope Pat Surtain or Jalen Johnson gets traded to this to Pittsburgh. And so, okay, Lewis says, keep playing defense. Let's go. SM says, Kirk Cousins to the Falcons. And so now that is a scenario I have not envisioned. Because I feel like the Falcons, for some odd reason, that they would love to pivot to Ryan Tannehill. I feel like Ryan Tannehill is someone that the Atlanta Falcons, and when I say Atlanta Falcons, I'm talking Arthur Smith specifically, would love to do. Lewis says, Carmichael, good luck. And so, yes, let's continue to wish Carmichael good luck. And we look forward to hearing about a week from today that you tell us that it was easy, you had nothing to worry about, and that you got it so fast, you felt like taking it again because it was just that easy. All right, so from their own 20-yard line, multiple tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 back, and they hand it to the back, and the back is stuffed by that Dolphins defense there, and they say, nah, no more, DeAndre Swift, no more. So now we've got 2nd and 10 coming up. Let's see. Lewis says Justin Fields to the Falcons for a first rounder. And so, yeah, I don't know about the first rounder part. Meanwhile, A.J. Brown fighting for those yards after catch right there. He's going to be close. Let's see where they mark him at. Brown's getting up slow. Come on, get up, A.J. Brown. You good? You good? Please be good. Yeah, he's good. He just needs to play, a play or two, right? He's good. And so, Mario Yoshi, what's good with you? Mario says, Eagles go. Bet. How are you? And let's see. Carmichael says, his test for the permit is Thursday at 2, so you'll hop on the Thursday stream. And so, okay, bet. That's great. That is great. So you'll be good to go by the weekend, and you won't have to worry about it because you'll already have it. Meanwhile, they hand it to the back here, and DeAndre Swift picks up 3 yards there. Oh, please be good, A.J. Brown. We need you. Let's see, Black says, you took some bad advice from someone and started Brian Hoyer on your fantasy team. Who is out here recommending Brian Hoyer? And what other option did you have? Oh, man, 2nd and 7. Look at the difference in rushing yards. Eagles have 35, Dolphins -7. Hurts throws it, gets the completion, and that's going to be completed to Julio Jones. We've got a Julio Jones sighting out there. I've seen the signing before, but to see it actually happen, my goodness. Julio, since leaving Atlanta, he's been some of everywhere. Picks up 3 yards on the catch. Wow. He was signed on Thursday. So now we've got 3rd and 4 coming up. Throw one deep. No, Julio's not on my fantasy team. That is not going to help me. Never mind that. Throw it to Dallas Goedert. All right, so 3rd and 4. Jalen in the pocket. Moving. And gets dragged down out of bounds. But there is a flag. That generally means holding, but let's see who they're going to call it on. Offensive or defensive holding. Again, here in the 2nd quarter with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. SM says, I wouldn't mind the Rams trading for that. And let's see. And so, Mike, welcome to the elite of the elite club. Wow, Mike has become a JB Nations member. Wow, only the 3rd one that we've had all time here. So, wow, how does it feel, Mike? Shout out to Mike, guys. Go ahead and just put hashtag Mike in the chat for our guy, now representing us here with the members. Him and 80s now currently are 2 only members right now. And so, wow. That is big time. That is big time. Caught me off guard there. Carmichael says Justin Fields isn't a top 15 quarterback, so I wouldn't trade. I don't have a top 16. And let's see. Braden says, let's go, Mike. Yes. How about that? So this is what Mike means by today is JB Appreciation Day. Write it down, October 22nd. Okay, let's see. Braden says, nice catch by Smith. Oh, for every catch Smith gets, that hurts JB even more. And I'm just now seeing the completion there to him, and that's a good solid 13 yards on the play. And now we're at the Dolphins' 40-yard line, 1st and 10. And so they're moving the ball. JB needs for A.J. Brown to get back in the game. Let's see. Braden says, hashtag Mike, hanging with Cheesehead. What's good with you? He says he is done with Green Bay. Oh, man, that's tough. That is tough. I mean, the losses you guys are getting are games that I thought you guys would have been able to win and stuff like that. So Jordan Love is making JB look foolish for believing in Jordan Love. Black says, you sicko, you hyped up warrior. The boosters are going to strangle you at the end of the book. So, hey, we just looked at the options that you had, and that's what we did. We did not know for sure if Tyrod Taylor was going to be starting or not. We didn't know that. So we could only go off of what we knew. Lewis says, why do Packer fans always throw in the towel? They have more towels than the terrible towers of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I don't hear anybody talk about anymore. But absolutely. All right, well, we got 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Ball at the 39-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. Play fake. Hurts. Hit while he threw it. And still gets the completion, and somehow it still goes to Devontae Smith. Anything to hurt JB at this point. Kenneth said, did you see breaking news about Texas quarterback in college football is out for a while with a shoulder injury? And so I actually did not. I need to check into that. Eric says, Aaron Jones is killing your fantasy team too? Oh, man, Eric. I did not get to draft Aaron Jones like I was trying to this year. But I'm glad so far that I was not allowed to draft him because, yeah, that would have been a mistake. That would have been a mistake. All right, so we got 3rd and 6. They feed it to Kenneth Gainwell. And so on 3rd and 6, they opt to run the ball with Kenneth Gainwell. He picks up about 3 yards. So 4th down coming up, 4th and 3 for the Dolphins, 33-yard line with about 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. Hanging with Cheesehead says, I'm okay with tanking to try to get somebody like Drake May. And so, okay. Hey, Drake's got game. He's got game. I've been pretty harsh on North Carolina quarterbacks over the years, but that kid, I believe in him. I believe in him. All right, so they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So 4th and 3. Hurts looking. Hurts feeling the pressure, moving around. There's somebody in his ankles. He gets away from him, throws that one. Gets the completion. He better get that touchdown. That better be a touchdown. That is a touchdown. A.J. Brown, let's go. Let's go. Do it for JB's fantasy team. Let's go. 11 plays, 80 yards, 6 minutes and 29 seconds in terms of time possession off the clock. They're not just scoring. They're also keeping less possessions for the Miami Dolphins. Less possessions equals less opportunities. Wow. Brandon says touchdown, A.J. Brown. Black says you could have started Richard Nixon and he'd have scored more points than Brian Hoyer. JB wouldn't recommend that, but if you can find him in a free agency, you let JB know. Let's see. Brandon says we do have a tendency to overreact. Oh, man. And so Shenica Fox, the Dolphins is doing good. How are you? And you say, go Dolphins, wish them luck. And so I do anticipate that Miami at some point is going to get this offense going. They've just got too much talent for anything to not be the case. They will at some point get things going here. Man, instant replay out here. This is why we can't be great. This is why we can't be great. They taking away JB's touchdown. Why? JB needs this for fantasy. You know what? Put A.J. Brown in the backfield if you got to. I don't care. Just get A.J. Brown his touchdown. Mike says A.J. the best receiver. You say the Bills stink. Shanika says go, baby, 1 and 2. And let's see. Braden says, well, A.J. Brown was short. And now there goes the tush-push play in which nobody can defend. And that's going to be a touchdown, Philadelphia. All right, so they got the touchdown. Took away JB's touchdown, in which that is huge. And took away JB's touchdown. This is why we can't be great. Braden says tush push touchdown. So Jalen Hurts with yet another rushing touchdown. Oh man, AJ Brown, we had it. We had it. But we still looking good, but we could have been looking better. You know, we got standards here. We could have been looking better. Like says Kim Kardashian push play for a touchdown. And so Eric is saddened by that play. So yeah. But 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here before the half. And you know that Miami's trailing 17-3 right now. So Miami's going to probably come out, I envision, come out with some tempo, really get some things going because you've been on the sideline for a long time. So you have to come out here and really get things going. And so Black says, come on, Miami. He is rooting for Miami. Mike says, I seen terrible. You say, but you lose to the Patriots. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate considering that we had just lost to the Raiders and stuff like that. We were playing the worst football I have ever witnessed us playing. Like, there are people talking about this was the worst performance that they ever witnessed a team play. And then to get it together for the Buffalo Bills, wow. Wow. Josh Allen sure knows how to lose a game. I'll tell you that. He sure knows how to lose a game. But, hey, this was our cover athlete, right? This was our Madden cover athlete. Black says, who did the Patriots play? Yeah, we beat the Buffalo Bills. We beat the Buffalo Bills. And so, yeah, if you slept through that game, I can't blame you. But somehow, some way, the Patriots did beat the Buffalo Bills. Absolutely. Black says, you guys beat the Bills? That's right, we did. I know it's a shocker. I know it's unbelievable, but yes, we beat the Buffalo Bills. We circled the wagon and somehow found victory lane today. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. And what's most impressive is that we were able to finally finish the game-winning drive. I remember the first game of the season against the Eagles, we fell short trying to come back and score a touchdown and try to win that one. And there was also another game as well that we tried a similar thing and we were unable to finish the drive. But this time, we were able to actually drive it down there for a game-winning drive and score a touchdown to win the game after Buffalo had taken the lead. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Beautiful. It happened around the same time that your Falcons with Koo had made that field goal to beat Tampa Bay. I believe it was Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay. So it was incredible. I saw it simultaneously as it happened on the NFL Red Zone. Let's see. Mike says he says that curse is so real. And so yes, Lewis says, "Come on, JB and Braden, y'all couldn't beat the Raiders." And so really, I can't say anything. I watched that game. To be fair, you guys did play against Brian Hoyer. So, and you guys actually got better without Justin Fields out there. So, and it hurt me to say that. It hurt me to say that, but that's the truth. It is the truth. Braden said, hey, JB, I was at a famous sports movie set yesterday. Can you guess what movie it was? And so, JB is not good at guessing at all when it comes to movies. Mr. Kenneth says, you got 23 fantasy Brown and Goddard. And so, yes, and I need more. My opponent still has Brock Purdy tomorrow. So just in case Brock Purdy decides to go out there and have a good game, I need to ensure victory. And he still has Devontae Smith on his team. All right, so Dolphins will take over from their own 28-yard line here. Again, 3 minutes and 10 seconds here before halftime. The Eagles have scored 14 points in the second quarter. Miami trying to get on the scoreboard here in the second quarter and trying to get their first touchdown of the game. Let's see. RC says, Lewis, is Bacon really good or not? It was a case of two bad teams, but one team had to be better than the other, and that team happened to be the Bears today because the Raiders couldn't get anything going, like at all. Braden said no, RC. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. Quick pass into Tyreek. Tyreek's got blockers ahead of him, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards in the play. Now we're looking at 2nd and 6. Let's see. Braden says Waddle's injured. And so I see Waddle on the sideline there. So if you're someone that has him on your fantasy team, you're holding your breath right now. If you're a Dolphin fan, you're holding your breath right now. Hopefully nothing serious. But speaking of injured player, there's another player right now. Looks like Fletcher Cox for the Eagles. That's big. Let's see. Lewis said, well, the Patriots did us a favor cracking the glass, man. RC says, JB, what's your favorite scariest movie? And so, oh man, JB's favorite scariest movie. Now that is a question. JB will not lie. JB does not spend a lot of time watching movies, really. JB doesn't spend a lot of time watching movies. JB day consists of work, sports, and that's pretty much it. Work and sports. So I do not really get to, I have not watched a good scary movie in a minute. JB only has so many hours out the day. Literally, some days after work, it is stream, workout, go to sleep. So I need to think about that one. All right, Dolphins trying to run a trick play here. And, it gets brought down the backfield. I was about to say, this guy was winding up like he was about to throw an 80-yard pass the way he kept just winding up for the throw. But there is a penalty. All right, let's see. Lewis says, let's just say Bacon did what he had to do, took care of the ball and didn't force anything. That's what you want from your backup quarterback. You know. Just come in there and just, well, in you guys' case, just throw the ball. All right, so we got some penalties here. Look like a little bit of acting out there also. All right, so we got some unnecessary roughness penalties here, some offsetting penalties. Let's see. RC says, Black Medicine, I really am just a fan of women's and men's Iowa basketball team. And so, let's see. Black says, so surprised the Lions pulled a Hawkeyes and struggled on offense today. Ouch. With the goose egg up there. Let's see. Braden says, Jamie's favorite scary movies are no, Braden. No. Absolutely not. No. Let's see. Black says, RC, did you leave out the football team on purpose? I don't think it was intentional. I mean, I think it was intentional. I feel like he said only those two teams, so it feels like that was intentional. All right, so we got a false start by the Miami Dolphins here. So not doing themselves any favor, and now they're looking at 3rd and 18 from their own 20-yard line, trailing 17-3. And if you don't get this first down, which you might not, the other team, the Eagles, they've got 3 timeouts. We're about to hit the 2-minute warning here soon, and so they got plenty of time if they want to run their own 2-minute offense. So let's see if they do it in a shotgun. Tua, throwing it deep. And, look at that. Tua got the completion there. He says that'll shut up JB there. So he got the completion there. And that is Cedric Wilson Jr. with the big-time catch. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning there. So Tua coming through. We've seen a couple of that back in his college days, too. Let's see. Brandon says, RC is making a smart decision, not cheering for the football team. It's a business decision. But we're at the 2-minute warning right now, so Miami picked up a huge first down on that one. And so far, if you're looking Tua, 9 of 12 for 76 yards passing so far in this one. Dolphins only have 1 yard rushing in this one. And so Dolphins trying to get it together here. They're at midfield, but if they can come away with a touchdown, we'll be looking at a 1-score game before the half. Let's see, Giants fan says, heading out, have a good stream, feel better. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I have no doubt that your Dolphins will come storming back in this one. I have no doubt. Meanwhile, Mike unleashing some of his new abilities now as a member here. And so, man, 80s love to spam those controls there. Absolutely. Let's see, RC on the Aces says, I'll say this is the closest thing I have to college football team that you root for is Iowa and UCLA. And so UCLA, okay, bet. Bet. Absolutely. JB is hoping that next year they give us a quality college football video game that does come out. And then if it comes out and it's what we're hoping for, then maybe JB can do some type of online tournament or online season or whatever they're gonna call it, social whatever they're gonna call it there for all of us where we can just choose a team and just, get that going. So that'll be really good. All right, let's see. Lewis likes he's feeling good right now. He says, "Come on, Philly defense, step up." So he wants the Eagles defense to step up. RC says, "Trick or treat." You say, "Dang, the Lions got their grass beat." Like, see what you did there. Brandon says, "JB, you need to update your member emojis and put Mac Jones on there." And so I do need to update it there, but Mac Jones will not be going up there. I will not do that to my team. I will not do that to my team. Let's see. You say 80's not here for Eagles, and so. He still has not recovered from the Super Bowl, I take it. Still has not recovered from the Super Bowl just yet. Last time I heard from him. So he took that one hard. He took that one really hard. Let's see. RC says, "Can we get a college football game and a college basketball game too?" I would love to get a college basketball game. Do not get JB started. I would love to get a college basketball game as well. Because like the whole going through selection Saturday and stuff like that, like it'll really feel like real life selection Saturday and stuff like that. Like if we all had our own like seasons and stuff, and it would be great. It would be great. Meanwhile, Dolphins get a completion here. He's a couple yards shy of that first down marker. Second down coming up. That was Barrios with the catch. 1:40 left to go. Tua trying to direct the offense downfield. All right, let's see. Brandon says LOLRC. Mike says Josh Allen, beautiful pass to Jabril Peppers. Yes, he brought the pepper and the salt. Tua throws it, gets the completion. And that's Tyreek doing Tyreek type things. Take it to the 29. They got to hurry up here. 1:08. You want to score, but at the same time, you are mindful the Eagles do have 3 timeouts as well, so they're not burning their timeouts just yet. Gets the snap, throws it to the back out the backfield, and that's going to be Wilson there, Jeff Wilson with the catch, 4 yards. Lewis says, "Do it, JB." And so, oh yes, I mean, college football, college hoops, those two, JB would definitely. Now that's something that JB can invest, even more time in to ensure, if we had those two things and they were like quality type of things. Let's see. Mike says, "Who that? Smith?" You talking about the guy who just made that catch? All right, 2nd and 6. Tua brought down for the sack. Brought down for the sack there on the play. And all right, so yeah, that was Smith Jr. there on the sack there, Mike. Yeah, that was Smith. I just now see it. That was Smith. I guess you're ahead of me on that one. Let's see. RC says, "I'll take a bum horrible recruiting team." All right. Ooh, Chicago State, Montana State, DePaul, and build them up in NCAA champions, JB. I could do it. And so I believe in you. I believe in you. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I enjoyed like the last like college 2K hoops. Didn't too much care for the NCAA March Madness one, but I did care for the college hoops 2K series when it came to that. And let's see, Mike says, "Sorry, JB. It's all good. It is all good." Lewis says, "Nice." Anytime Lewis says nice, that's usually not nice for the offense. But let's see. 3rd and 8 right now. Out of the shotgun here from the 27-yard line of the Eagles. Tua taking a deep shot, and he has Tyreek in the end zone for a touchdown, Dolphins. How about that? RC says, "Obviously, you need more than 1-star recruits, JB." And so, I mean, yeah, I was going to let you go ahead and do it. Never say never. Never say never. in a season thing, maybe you wouldn't win the first year, but if you can recruit good, it'll help you out. You know, this is college hoops, so you can totally replace your team in a year. But man, Tyreek for the touchdown. Two of the Tyreek. Book it. We're booking flights. These teams, they're booking touchdowns. Mike says, oh, a dimer? Lewis says he needs a V8. Someone quickly. All right, extra point is good. So now the score right now, 17-10. That was a big score there before the half, but there's still 39 seconds, still 3 timeouts here for the Eagles, and so it's still enough time for them to, at the very least, try to get into field goal range. So they still got plenty of time. And so let's see. Mike says Claypool mid. Claypool is garbage. Straight up garbage. Straight up. Like if you're in fantasy, don't pick him up. Somebody offer you a trade, don't accept it. I don't care if they offer you Justin Jefferson and all like that, plus Claypool in exchange for Jeff Wilson and Cedric Wilson. Don't do it because you don't want Claypool on your team. You don't want him. You don't want him on your NFL team. He is terrible. So, terrible. Mid would be too much respect for him. Too much respect for him. All right, let's see. Black says Jalen Milroe for Heisman. Let's see. Lewis says, oh, no more points. RC says, I saw at the stores. You said clearance liquor. You said, oh, my, I didn't get none. I'm trying to be a good boy. Not following Lewis's plan of life, I see. Mike says Caleb seeding, and so he's had some tough games lately. He's had some tough games. I'm not going to lie. I did take the under for his passing stat until they drop it to about 250 and stuff like that, ideally. But, I mean, he's actually playing some decent teams now, so it's not going to look as easy as it was at the beginning of the season when USC wasn't really playing any no solid defense, like really no solid defense. So let's see. Brandon says, noted JB hates Chase Claypool. I mean, JB doesn't hate him. I don't hate him. It's just he's not good. So JB just keeping it 100. He's not good, you know. So it's just that simple. Let's see. Lewis says RC LOL. Oh, man. Always ask yourself, what would Lewis do? What would Lewis do? All right, so we're getting ready here for the kickoff to take place. Again, 39 seconds remaining here before halftime. And Miami just scored a touchdown. So now we're looking at 17-10 with the Eagles up by 7. Let's see, Mike says, imagine a college team only playing bad teams until yesterday, LOL. And so I have no idea who you mean. No idea who you mean. Are you calling Notre Dame a bad team? Oh, yeah, Mr. JB was extremely happy that his Hurricanes finally beat Clemson. So Clemson, they are shrinking each and every week. Each and every week. Oh, I totally forgot. I still got Jordan Addison playing tomorrow as well. So, okay, so I've got some guys. I just hope that he decides to have one of his better games. All right, for the 25-yard line, Jalen Hurts out of the shotgun. Gets the snap. Looking. Pressure. Bring him down for the sack. Brandon says, dang, Tua make the same pass he did on the national championship game. Let's see, Mike says, how much small is college football? Let's see. Mike says, college Tua whipped the thing across the field. And so, yes, he did. Yes, he did. And at that time, nobody really knew it. Nobody really knew about this kid other than maybe just the diehard Bama fans at the time. Braden said Notre Dame didn't play yesterday, JB. And so I'm referring to Mike's criticism for the Ohio State schedule. He says we played nobody outside of Penn State. And I keep reminding him that we played Notre Dame also in terms of like teams that are acknowledged as a good team. So that's why I mentioned Notre Dame. Let's see. Brady thought I was picking on Notre Dame for no reason. All right, but we're here at halftime. So far in this one, Jalen Hurts 12 of 15 for 143 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa 13 of 16, 129 yards and a touchdown. So both quarterbacks playing good. Again, controlling the ball here. Now the Eagles did have 1 turnover early in the first quarter, but their defense made up for it, holding Miami to 3 points in that one. Now, the ground game has been very disappointing for Miami. Like nothing in terms of any type of life so far on the ground. The Eagles, Swift, he's got 9 carries for 31 yards so far in this one. Let's see. Kenneth says, what do you think about Taylor Swift? What do I think about Taylor Swift? I mean, like, I guess Taylor Swift, I mean, she's great. Obviously, I mean, I don't have any other opinion about Taylor Swift. I guess I'm not a Swiftie, but I've got no beef or anything. She's clearly talented. She's good. So that's really what I think of Taylor Swift. There, you know. Now, does she get mentioned more than probably Travis Kelce during a football game? Perhaps, but it's cool. All right, let's see. Let's see. The Thirsty Goat, what's good with you? And you say, yo, what's up? How's your day? I hope it's good. And so I'm feeling good. I mean, fighting through a cold. So if I sound funny, that's why. But other than that, I am good. Both my teams won this weekend. It's not every day I get to say that these days. So I am feeling good. I am feeling good. Absolutely. Let's see. Black says Youngstown State was an elite team too. Lewis says Minnesota better start a backup tomorrow if they want a chance. And so I was watching I think it was Texas Tech play. Texas Tech had this one quarterback playing. He by far was the worst quarterback I've seen this weekend, hands down. I think it was his first start too. I think he's like their third string quarterback or whatever, but he had to start. The kid was awful. Like he was awful. I was watching that game and he had guys wide open. His coaches just started running the ball. They were down by like 14, 21 points, and they was just running the ball because the kid just kept overthrowing everything. Like his accuracy was just way off, like way off. Mike says Ohio State is a top team other than Georgia. You say you don't like Bama and you love Swift. All right, Lewis says Kirk Cousins chokes in primetime games. Go Niners. Black says Matt just made a chat enemy. Roll Tide. RC says Taylor Swift is a legend. Let's see, the Thirst Goat says, what are your teams, if I may ask? And so, yeah, absolutely. So for college football and also college basketball, the same team, the Ohio State Buckeyes, and in the NFL, the New England Patriots. And also with the NBA season starting, the Los Angeles Lakers. Those are JB's certified teams. Absolutely. How about yourself? Mike says, anyone with thirsty in their name is okay with me. Yes. RC says, that reminds me, I got to get my costume made Kansas City jersey. I'm sorry, your custom made Kansas City jersey, Taylor on the front and Swift on the back with the last 2 of her birth years. Because why not? Okay. Black says, apparently, jersey sales and viewership is up when Swift hits the scenes. And so, yes, and we know money talks. Lewis says Taylor Swift's going to be on the next Madden cover. Lewis, I'm afraid that your comment's going to go viral. They're going to be like, you know what? He's on to something. We've never put a couple up there. They're going to put Travis Kelce so we can say we have a cover athlete, but they're also going to put Swift, and she's going to be like in the front, and Travis Kelce's just going to be in the background, basically, like looking lost. So, wow. Let's see, Mike says, any guy that would sit through a Swift song must be thirsty. Black says, was the Texas Tech quarterback that bad? He was worse than any Iowa quarterback I had seen. Like the kid looked like he never completed a pass before in his life. He was terrible. It was some of the worst tape I've seen. No exaggeration. No exaggeration. The kid was terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I was wondering if the coach was considering just go ahead and put the running back out there at quarterback and just go out there and just let the running back just run it the entire time. The kid was terrible. He had running backs out the backfield. He overthrows them by about 5 yards too high and stuff like that. Receiver, run it wide open on the sideline. Hits the cheerleader on the sideline, basically. He was the worst quarterback I had witnessed this college football season, hands down, like worse, like worse. Like, for their sake, I hope whoever is the quarterback that they had ahead of him, that he's good to go. I hope he's able to come back because this kid is not ready. He was not ready. He was not ready. They really was not that bad a team compared to BYU, but their quarterback made them look like atrocious. Like he messed it up. That's when, as a coach, I say I quit. I quit because I cannot win him. Can't win with him. Can't coach. Like, no matter what they told the kid, he could have thrown 4 more interceptions. The ball was literally going off the DB hands back-to-back plays. Because at first I was like, why won't they pass the ball? Then I seen it, and I was like, oh, that's why they won't pass the ball. And so it was some of the worst passing display I have seen this season. I've watched a couple Iowa games. I've never seen nothing on that level. It was below a college standard. It was probably below most high school standards as well. I don't know where they got the kid from, but stop recruiting from that area if they're producing that at that level. Like, the kid was terrible. I kid you not. The kid was terrible. Just watch the second half of Texas Tech versus BYU. If you want to see what JB's talking about, that'll save you some time there. If you want to watch just the fourth quarter, because he didn't do anything in the third quarter. No completions, no nothing in the third quarter. Like, he literally started the fourth quarter with the same number he started in the third quarter. He couldn't get a single completion. Not a completion. So it was bad. It was bad. Like, I had to watch because I was so, like, I couldn't believe it. I kept thinking the kid's going to get better. The kid's going to get better. He's spooked. I don't know. Something's going on. But he was just terrible. He was terrible. Let's see. Mike says you just pre-ordered the new Madden. Okay. I thought all Bill fans got it free. Black says Lewis, LOL. Mike says Allen regressed. Jackson getting even better. The Thirst Goat says you like the Eagles, but you will pop. Let's see, and to watch basketball, it's a chill sport to watch compared to you crying when the Eagles lose. And so, oh man, I can imagine how that Super Bowl was for you, man. I can only imagine. Black says it's impossible. He says impossible. Let's see, RC on Aces says Taylor Swift is going to be on the Super Bowl matchup advertising, shoving Usher out the way. And you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I can see a couple calls by the referee if the Chiefs need some assistance to help them get there. I can see a couple calls like, well, we got to do it for the viewership, so let's go ahead and make sure that they get there. I can see that being on the agenda and stuff like that. What you say, Swift is going to be on the Super Bowl matchup advertising, shoving Usher out the way. I actually would like to see that. I would like to see that. I would. Let's see. Mike says, who JB talking about? Mac Jones. And so he's worse than Mac Jones. Like, the kid was terrible. Let's see. The Thirst Goat says, Jason Kelsey's your favorite player. What about y'all? Okay. Hey, Jason Kelsey, he is so critical for what he does. Like, talk about underrated for that offensive line. Like, extremely underrated there for that offensive line. And so you say Jake Strong. That's the kid. Jake Strong. I remember I said with a last name like that, his performance was anything but strong and stuff like that. That's right. Jake Strong for Texas Tech. That was the quarterback there. If I see him on the thing next week, I'm taking the under. I don't care where they put the stat line in. It doesn't matter. I'm taking the under. I'm taking a hardcore under there. Their running back was running like I don't know what to try to account and make up for what this quarterback was lacking. Like, he literally had like almost 35, 40 carries because they could not trust the quarterback to go out there and throw the ball. So, absolutely. That's the kid there. Absolutely. Let's see. The Thirst Goat said, also the refs calling a lot of flags or penalties against the Dolphins. And so, referees have been doing a lot. They've been doing a lot. Let's see. Mike says he stinks. JB's disgusting. And so, it takes a lot for JB to get to the point where I was just agitated for them. And stuff like that. Because I tuned in second half, thinking I'm about to see a game here. And all I saw was just passes going off DBs left and right, where linebackers like literally like the only guys he can throw to was his team. He threw it deep one time that was about 12 yards too far from his own guy, right to the safety who dropped the ball and stuff like that. But it was just like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they would sit someone out there. There's got to be someone else. Call the people from the bleachers. Like call the people from the bleachers. Like whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Wow. Lewis says, I'm that under too, Texas Tech. And so, yes, absolutely. I was shocked because Texas Tech strike me as a school that does a good job of recruiting quarterbacks historically and stuff like that, at least at the college level. And so to put him out there, it was an embarrassment to the program. It was an embarrassment to the program because they had no way to combat what BYU was doing because they couldn't throw the ball. Couldn't throw the ball at all. It was one of the worst displays you will ever see at the collegiate level, high school level. It was bad. Kenneth says, if you were a head coach, what would you tell your team before the game and at halftime? All right, Kenneth. Well, if I'm the head coach, I'm probably going to tell them to ignore the outside noise. You know, I've heard many coaches say that. Ignore the outside noise. Focus on what we do well. You know, if we go out there and execute perfectly, do our plan like we did all week in practice, we will go out there and win and stuff like that. You know, irregardless of what the other team does, we want to play our brand of whether it's football, basketball, whatever the sport, input your point. That is what I would tell, you know, my team before the game. Now, at halftime, it depends what the score is. It depends what the score is. If we're out here getting molly whooped out there on the field and stuff like that, I'm calling some people out. Like some people might be going home if I feel like they're just not playing and they're not showing up. So I might be sending some people home. Heck, I might be sending some assistant coaches home if I see they're not doing their job, and I would take over and stuff like that. So it depends. Now, if we up, then it's my job to keep everybody focused. You know, remember what got us this lead and stuff like that. You know, whatever I can. You know, if I got to pull up an article about a team that just dropped a 20-point lead last week, I'll do that to keep my team focused and say, let's not be that team. Let's not be that team. As Black says, feed the rat poison, Coach Saban. And so, oh man, Coach Saban would say that rat poison there. Lewis says, Coach JB. Black says he still has less turnovers than Ritter, I'm sure. And so, only because I counted BYU dropped at least 4 interceptions in that game against Texas Tech. In the second half alone, they dropped 4 interceptions. They were disinterested in catching the ball. I had never seen such a display where DBs, ball go right through your hand, bouncing off your number and stuff, and you just don't care. Like, you just don't care to catch it. It's like it's like they decided that they don't even want to catch the ball. They said they're better off when the opposing quarterback is on the field. We feel that that's our best chance to win when the opposing quarterback is on the field. That's what it felt like. So, oh man, it was brutal. It was brutal. All right, but we're getting ready for the third quarter to get started here. Looks like I was able to talk my way through halftime here, so that's great. Eagles leading this one 17-10, but the Miami Dolphins, they did score last time out there, so let's see if they can keep that momentum going. Yeah, let's see if we can keep that momentum going. Kickoff on the way. All right, so he's going to return this one. He's at the 15, 20, brought down at the 27-yard line. That's where the Miami Dolphins will take over here in the third quarter as they trail 17-10. All right, so start of the third quarter. All right, so we're going to have multiple tight ends on the play. Toss it to Raheem Mostert, and Mostert's going to pick up 2 yards on the play. And it feels like Reddick is in every time Mostert gets the ball. Mostert has 4 carries for -6 yards rushing so far in this one. The Eagles are doing a tremendous job at shutting down that run game. Eric says he needs Hurts, AJ, and Smith to at least combine for 30 more points in the second half. Come on, guys. And so you got quite the task there. But hey, if it comes from Hurts and AJ Brown, I'm good with it. All right, 2nd and 8, Tua up under center. Receiver goes in motion, play fake. Tua throws it. Tyreek gets the catch. They're going to take it to about the 46-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. And, of course, when in doubt, just look for Tyreek Hill. He'll make the play. Best believe that. He's got 9 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Again, so far in this one, Tua, 14 of 17 for 146 yards and a touchdown. All right, let's see. Lewis says, y'all seen the movie A League of Their Own with Tom Hanks? That would be me managing a team. I can see that. I can see that. All right, 1st and 10. In the round to Mostert. And he's able to pick up, oh, nice job picking up about 7 yards on the play. That's going to put him in positive yardage on the game. 5 carries for 1 yard. Let's see. RC says JB talks too much. Joking. Let's see. RC says JB can survive off of streams alone. Weight man does not survive off of bread alone. No, JB cannot survive off streams alone. That cannot be the case there. All right, here we go. 2nd and 3. Shotgun formation. Gives it to Mostert again. Mostert going to pick up the 1st down. 4 yards on the play. All right, so Mostert's starting to get those positive yards. That's a good sign if you're Miami. First half, the Eagles did a tremendous job of controlling the clock, controlling the time of possession. And so now if you're the Miami Dolphins here, you would like to turn the tide on them if you can. Let's see. RC says, JB, I hope you'll eventually mix things up much later, but you're doing an awesome job out here, man. And so, oh, definitely much later. It would be nice, though. It would be nice. You know, JB's calendar is just right now very crazy, like very crazy at the moment. Meanwhile, Tua throws it, brought down immediately. And so Reddick, once again, in on the play. They picked up a yard on that one, and that was Ahmed with the catch for a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up from the Philly 42-yard line. Let's see, Lewis says he can survive. There's been times where it's just been us two talking. Eric says, has Tua been sacked yet? We need his, thinking about Carter and Davis. I feel like Tua has been sacked, if I'm not mistaken, at least one time. I feel like. I'll double check that, though. 2nd and 10, quick pass, caught by Tyreek. And Tyreek reaching out, extending for that 1st down marker there, but there is a penalty, and they're going to call holding. So negate that play. They're going to call offensive holding. Now we're looking at 2nd and 18 coming up for the Dolphins. Let's see, 49-yard line. All right, let's see. Kenneth says, you do an NBA stream, and so NBA for me will be sometime 2024 at some point. Obviously, once we're past the NFL season, but I will do college hoops before I start the NBA season. Meanwhile, Tua throws it, and incomplete. Now, Ahmed had a business decision to make. If he was going to try to catch that ball, he was going to get lit up. So he tried to find the right balance there, but incomplete. Would have been a difficult catch. Lewis says, Rangers 3, Astros 2, 7th inning, and you have under at 9. And so, oh wow, Lewis, you're just the man. You're just the man. You know everything when it comes to the over under. And again, I apologize if I sound weird. I can start to hear it in myself now. If I sound weird, I apologize about that. This code is definitely playing a role. 3rd and 18, throws it, and that's Mostert. And Mostert going to pick up about a good 6 yards in the play. However, he will be 12 yards shy of that 1st down marker. So 4th down coming up. Again, here in the 3rd quarter with 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go, and the Eagles up 17-10. All right. We got another penalty here against the Miami Dolphins. They've had quite a few penalties. They've had quite a few penalties. This was going to back them up 5 yards here. False start against Campbell. Should give them more room to work with on the punt. And so Old says, Pats won, and you're 7-0 in your $50 fantasy league. What? 7-0. Wow, talk about transformation. I remember last year we were talking about if you're going to just win a game in fantasy, but man, old man dominating today in my league, and then in the money league, the one that really matters, 7-0. Wow. How many teams is in that league, by the way? All right, so that punt pins them deep at the 5 yard line. So when we come back from the commercial, Philadelphia will take over from their own 5 yard line. RC says, who's your college hoops team? And so for me, it's Ohio State in every sport. So college hoops, okay, maybe not every sport. The only exception would be volleyball. So that might be the only exception. But everything outside of that is Ohio State. Let's see. RC says, at least you don't sound like Optimus Prime. And so I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I figure some Bills fan might come in and try to, mess with my audio and all like that. And then, have maybe set it up like that. So I'm thankful right now that's not the case. Old says 12 people. And so, yeah, I seen at one point, I think the highest I seen at one point was like 28 people at one point in time. So despite the fact that my stream was messing up early on, or my Wi-Fi, I should say. But again, here in the third quarter with 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Lewis says, how come you're not a Browns fan, JB? That one right there. That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, that's a good question. I don't have any beef with the Cleveland Browns, though. I do like to see them go out there and have success and win. But just was never like it never was an option for JB though. Like when it was time, the Patriots. It's like the Patriots chose me, honestly. Let's see. Oh, it says you're 6-0 right now, but you're tied with 108. You got Hill, 49ers defense, Vikings, rookie receiver Addison. Okay, to still get you points. Okay, and your opponent's done. Like they don't have anybody else left. All right, so here we go from their own 5 yard line. This is where you're going to have to lean on that offensive line, that experienced offensive line from their own 5 yard line. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun. Throws it. Gets the completion. Guess who? A.J. Brown. All right. Picks up about 9 yards on the play. Ball at the Eagles' 14-yard line. Keep feeding A.J. Brown. He's a beast. Keep feeding him. Keep feeding him. JB needs this one more than ever. Oh, man. JB just saw his stats in this other fantasy league. Very discouraging. Very discouraging. I am losing badly in my other league. This week with all these bye weeks really hurt. As long as I can win my league, I'll be happy. Lewis says, run the ball. He says, you guys are scoring too much. He says, just run the ball. O says, nope, he's done. And so, well, man, talk about changing the narrative quickly. All right, there we go. 2nd and inches. 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Feeds it to Swift. And Swift's going to pick up about a good 3-4 yards in the play and a first down here for the Philadelphia Eagles. You say plus packs one, so you're up $50 on the year. Bet with you and your uncle. And so, okay, bet. Braden says, good game, old man. You own me in fantasy. And so, yeah, Braden mentioned earlier that you're sweeping him in our fantasy league. Like, you're going to get a complete sweep. And so, oh, man, Braden, I've been there with only one person, Braden. This guy's responsible for about 60% of my losses. Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts brought down for the sack. He tried to get away from one Dolphin defender, but there was just too many around him. And that time it was Zach Zeeler with the sack, his first sack of the game. Oh, it says, sorry, Braden, he had to do it. He said he had no choice. He's back against the wall in a must-win situation because I noticed that earlier this week in our league, nobody's 3-3. It's either you're having a good season or you're having a bad season. Old might be the closest now to that middle-of-the-road kind of team now. All right, 2nd and 13. Quick pass, caught, and that is going to be Swift still moving forward there. Picks up 8 yards on the play. Now we got 3rd and 5 coming up for the Philadelphia 23-yard line. Lewis says, please run the clock. He says, run the clock, let's go. Again, 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Brandon says you're now 4-3. Gets the snap, throws it, incomplete, intended for A.J. Brown. But hey, keep targeting A.J. Brown. That makes JB happy. We've only got one team that's currently undefeated in our fantasy league, and that's Mr. JB's team. And again, he was last year's champion as well, so he's still undefeated. Punt's on the way. From his own 20, 30, brought down at the 36-yard line. That's where the Miami Dolphins will take over, trailing 17-10, and they're eyeing an opportunity to come out here and try to tie it up. Old says that Mr. JB is cheating, and that's why. Hey, Mr. JB just put on a clinic from how to draft and stuff like that. Like, he chose the middle of the draft. He went ahead and made like I remember after the draft, a lot of people were saying about drafting 3 players from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He took both receivers. And so Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and then the running back Rashard White, and then Baker Mayfield for his backup quarterback. And that was like really smart because when your starting quarterback is out, your backup comes in, and then it's like, okay, but that's not even the top of his team. I mean, the top of his team is like he's got Jalen Hurts at quarterback. I'm trying to think who else he's got. I know there's some other big time players as well, like Tyreek Hill also, and so he's got a team. He's got a team now, especially considering our league has about 16 people in the league. So to build a team like that with 16 people in the league, that takes talent. That takes talent. But this will be big because quite a few teams that have 1 losses is going to receive a second loss. So I just got to make sure that my team is not one of them. Let's see. Lewis says JB should apply for GM job, and so, oh man, how I wish that I could help the Patriots turn things around. Put me as the GM. put me as GM. We're going to change some things for sure. One thing I'll say for sure is that we will not be taking another N'Keal Harry. Best believe that. Leslie O says, yeah, you have Hill, DJ Moore, K9, Gibbs. Okay, Herbo as your main guys in the $50 league. And so, hey, it sounds like you got a squad then. You've got a squad. Here we go, 1st and 10. Gives it to Mostert off the right side. And Mostert, he's got some space to operate with. Still on his feet before he's brought down, but he picks up 21 yards on the process there. So, okay. So he waited to the 3rd quarter to go out there and say, hey, I'm still that guy. I'm still that guy. So let's do it. Lewis says, let's go to a feed the running backs more. Next, you're going to be telling the running backs that, hey, don't get so much at once. All right, here we go. Again, 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Gives it to Mostert off the left side, and Mostert still running for about 15 yards on the play. He's got 8 carries for 42 yards. Let's go. Let's go. This would be a nice way for JB right here. Oh, man, thanks to Dallas Goddard, I won't be able to get the other one, but I can at least get this one. Okay. Tua gets the snap, throws it, and Tyreek's going to pick up 5 yards. He got 11 catches for 88 yards in this one. Tyreek moving the ball. You see Jalen Waddle on the sideline trying to stretch, do whatever he can, try to get back in the game. Let's see. Lewis says, let's go to a feed the running backs more. Oh, it says, then you have KB and Zeke as your backups. And so, okay, bet. 2nd and 5. Gives it to Ahmed, and he's going to pick up 2 yards in the play. He's got 2 carries for 3 yards so far today. Under 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter with the Eagles leading this one 17-10 with the Miami Dolphins right now. Currently at the Eagles' 21-yard line here with a pivotal 3rd and short situation. What would they call here? Let's see. RC says, JB, you got your Halloween costume already? And so JB has to decide which route I'm going to take here. And so I might actually do something anime related. So perhaps, but I haven't made up my mind just yet which direction I'm going to take. Have you, RC? Tua throws it, and oh my goodness. Oh, and they think the ball is live. Nope, man, nobody can cover that. Oh, man, he's too quick for his own good. Tyreek leaving points on the table. You're not going to see that every day. Not going to see that every day, but the ball literally, he was thinking about the touchdown so much. It's just, oh, man. Yeah, that was going to be incomplete regardless if he recovered it in bounds. All right, Dolphins want to go for it here, 4th and 3. 5 wide, 3 seconds right now to play clock. Snap the ball. Tua looking to it. Throws it up there, and oh, incomplete. Receiver wants a penalty, but the referee says nope. The referee says, who are you? All right, let's see. Oh, it says, JB, you're going as Josh Gordon when he was with the Pats and walking around Buffalo, New York. And so, oh, man. Very brave of you indeed. Good old Josh Gordon. Looking at the replay there, He had a case. He did grab his face mask, even if it was for a second or two. RC says, JB, no Halloween costume for you. You say, every day. Oh, man. RC, it can't be. It can't be. It can't be. Kenneth says he doesn't go trick or treat. He says it's not his thing. Okay, okay, okay. Understand that. But no, in reality, I don't even know what day Halloween's going to fall on, but I'm pretty sure JB's going to be working that day. Yeah, it's on a Tuesday, so yeah, I'll be working. But again, we are at the commercial because the Dolphins turn the ball over on downs. Kenneth says you got 30 points in fantasy. Braden says that was a face mask, and he knows the face mask when he sees a face mask. He says referees are out here messing up games, not respecting punt returns and confusing fair catches and all that stuff. About 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And when we come back, it will be the Eagles with the football. But yes, I do agree. What, they got Dak Prescott on the commercial? What? Whoa. What is Dak doing to be on a commercial phone? All right, Braden says pick six. Uh-oh. Is Braden looking into the future again? He has those moments where he looks into the future. Let's see. First and 10 from their own 21-yard line, and Hurts is going to throw that one. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Jerome to the Dome Baker takes that one 22 yards for a touchdown for the Miami Dolphins. And sometimes if you don't score on offense, you got to do it on defense. That's the way to do it. Wow. Pick six. Wow. RC says, who do you think is the best team in the NFL right now? The best team in the NFL right now, if I had to pick, I would still say the San Francisco 49ers. If I had to pick right now the best team in the NFL, I would probably say the San Francisco 49ers. But it's close. It's very close. And extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So we are now all tied up 17-17 as Jalen Hurts do a touchdown for the other team. Lewis says, oh, shoot, come on, too much defense. He says, come on, too much defense. And what was the over-under set at, Lewis, for this one? But yeah, just gifted him with a touchdown. Making life easier for me. Lewis says you got 53. Okay. Okay. So 53. Okay. So definitely wasn't what you want to see right there. Definitely wasn't what you want to see right there. No doubt about that. As the RC says, you think the 49ers are the Chiefs? And so I'm starting to think of the Chiefs as well. I'm starting to think of the Chiefs as well. And so certainly those two, you know, in their respective conferences. Although I feel Miami is right there, up there with Kansas City at the top right now. And for the 49ers, I feel like the Eagles are just up there as well. Jesse Ola says thing. I didn't know I was winning like that, Braden. He had to check the numbers. He didn't know he was winning that bad, that big. He says it's just a regular, day for him. Nothing new, under the sun. He said this is what he does. This is what he does. Mr. Kenneth says it's a 3-point favorite. Braden says, "Yeah, you destroyed me, old man." And so, yeah, that was brutal there. That was taking the horse out back right there. That's what that was. That was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, but JB can use another touchdown for AJ Brown and Dallas Goddard. Let's see. O says, "I'm sorry it had to be you. I heard people talking too much, talking smack, so you had to put people on notice there." O said it had to be done. You just happened to be the unfortunate victim this time. All right, no return on this kickoff. Raiden says you're good. All right, so for the 25-yard line, AJ Brown going in motion here. Two receivers, two tight ends, one back. Play fake. Hurts feeling the pressure. Hurts running. Hurts got the first down and slides at the 40-yard line. And I thought I seen two Dolphin defenders on the ground. Did they run into each other or something? And yes, there is two Dolphin players that are currently being looked at by the medical staff here. And so I'm curious as to if they ran into each other on the play. But great job there by Jaden Hurts just scrambling to get that. Lewis says, "Run it." He says, "Run it." All right, let's see what happened here. Oh, they ran into each other. Oh, man. Running full speed into each other, knocking out each other. Two teammates there colliding. And so now the medical staff will look to them, and that will take us to the commercial. Braden says, "But now I have to beat you next week, JB." And so, I get to play against Braden next week. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Let me get through this matchup here, Braden, and then after that, we'll turn our attention to you guys. All right, so absolutely. I'll have a couple guys coming back from a bye week as well, so that makes me happy. Because right now, Tony Pollard's on a bye week, Nico Collins is on a bye week, CJ Stroud on a bye week, David Montgomery's out with an injury on my team. So there's quite a few guys that are currently out. So that'll definitely be great for my team next week. Absolutely. What? And then you're talking about Justin Herbert going against the Bears defense too? Oh, that's gonna be whoo. AJ Brown versus Washington defense next week. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Oh yeah, we got some Nico Collins versus Carolina. We got some good matchups next week for all of my guys. So I'm ready. I'm ready. You said, "Oh, you will too, JB." Also, Debo is injured, and hopefully he comes back. And so you say, "Hopefully he comes back." Well, if he comes back, then David Montgomery comes back. And that's how we do that. And so, yes. But right now, it's about JB securing that win this week. Every win is critical. Fantasy gave me like a basic draft grade after my draft, but I was like, it's okay. What does Yahoo know? What does Yahoo know? All right, so returning back to the action here. First and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Fakes it to the back. Jalen Hurts stepping up, throws that one, and he gets Devontae Smith. Picks up 25 yards on the play. And so JB just shakes his head. Continue to feed A.J. Brown. Continue to feed A.J. Brown. This is what I need. All right, here in the shotgun. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. We're all tied up 17-17 at the 38-yard line here of the Dolphins. And Hurts is going to throw that one. It's going to be completed by A.J. Brown, who picks up 8 yards on the play. We got 2nd and 2 coming up. I really wish A.J. Brown would have had that touchdown earlier. So he's got to make up for it now and get me a touchdown now. JB needs the points. All right, 2nd and 2. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go ahead in the third. Let's see. O says it's been real quiet in Buffalo, JV. And so, oh, man, I know you're doing it to him. I know it. Meanwhile, Swift able to pick up the first down there at about 3 yards on the carry. Oh, man, they're not going to get any peace over there right now. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Throws it short, caught by Swift, and Swift makes the guy miss. Able to turn that into about a 4 or 5 yard pickup. All right, so we have 2nd down coming up. Again, so far on this drive, 5 plays, 51 yards, and about 2 minutes and 55 seconds to turn the time of possession off the clock. And throws that one incomplete. Now 3rd and 7 now. Let's throw the ball up there for A.J. Brown. Let's let A.J. Brown get his touchdown. And then after that, then we can take Lewis's approach and have them stop scoring. Lewis says he needs to stop here. All right, so here we go, 5 wide. From the 19-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. And throws that one down. Escoda gets the catch, falls forward. He's definitely down. Picked up 10 yards on the play. Okay, JB will take that. You know, hey, if Dallas Escoda gets another touchdown for JB, so be it, you know. So be it. All right, so we got a first down here. 14 yards away from the end zone. Jalen Hurts throws it. It's caught. It's A.J. Brown that's going to get a touchdown. So A.J. Brown gets the touchdown. Braden says something good happened for you, JB. JB likes when nice things happen. You know, this is why, and let me make sure that they're not going to change their mind here. But this time it stands. This time it's good. And so Eric says, hey, folks, what's good with you, Eric? What's good with you? How are you? What's good with you? All right, so that's coming in the clutch for JB there. Coming in the clutch. JB needed that for his fantasy team. Lewis, however, shaking his head here. And so Lewis is like, why won't the defense? It's just defense. Meanwhile, extra point is up. Extra point is good. 24-17 right now is the score. Lewis is getting a little bit nervous right now. A little bit nervous right now. I'm a little nervous for you too as well right now. Let's see. RC says, I want to make some more corn enchiladas. And so, oh man, that sounds good. That sounds good. And so you say, good game tonight. And so, yes, absolutely. Good game tonight. And we've been very fortunate. The last couple of streams that I've actually been able to go to follow through with have all been good games lately. So I'm happy about that. You said you are well here and your Seahawks won today, so it's a good day. And so that they did. That they did. And Jackson Smith and Jigma got his first receiving touchdown, didn't he? So I believe I heard that. So shout out to him and shout out to the Seahawks. Let's see, Lewis said need the Eagles defense to get a 3 and out. Kickoff on the way. Catches it at the 5. He's at the 15, 25. Falls forward to the 31-yard line. That's where the Miami Dolphins will take over, trailing 24-17. Let's see. RC says, normally I would just make the flour ones, JB. And so, yes, JB's trying not to think about the fact that tomorrow is already Monday. Already Monday. Oh, yes, that helped JB's fantasy team out big time. Brandon says, yeah, we haven't had a game like the TCU Georgia game in a while. Yeah, we try to avoid those. We try to avoid those. We try to avoid that happening. So, all right, from the 31-yard line. All right, up to a call to timeout there. So, his center didn't get the memo. Lewis says, I need the run flag. Matter of fact, put Lewis in charge of the flag. Every time there's a score, Lewis is going to be like, there's a flag, there's a flag, there's a flag. Marcy says, Jay, we don't think about Monday. Think about football and Chinese food. You had to remind JB about Chinese food. Play fake, throws it. That's going to be Jalen Waddle with the catch. And a first down. And that's the end of the third quarter. Let's see, Eric said, he did indeed get his first touchdown today. Okay. That's what's up. Happy for him. Happy for him. Okay, trying to keep the legacy alive for former Ohio State Buckeyes there. So Jackson Smith and Jigma. And I think his touchdown was the first touchdown of the game, too. So, okay. How many yards did Kenneth Walker end up with? Kenneth Walker was someone that I had on my draft board that I did want to draft, but it just never ended up being a case where I was able to actually get around to drafting him in both of my leagues. Someone beat me to him. So, but I was pretty happy with the guys I did end up drafting. RC says, your coach lost again. And you said, oh, what the pooey? You say your Vikings stink too? No horses in the race. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Absolutely. Indianapolis played one heck of a game. They played like Gardner Minshew. He caught fire. I don't know how else to say it, but he was in the zone for a hot minute there, and but PJ Walker kept walking him up and down the field. I mean, it was just an offensive display that I did not expect to see out of that game. I really thought that the Browns defense would slow down Indianapolis offense, although I did think that Gardner Minshew would make some plays and stuff like that. But man, it was a fireworks, like pure fireworks in that one. So the Browns, shout out to them. Huge win. At some point, we're going to acknowledge Cleveland and give them some respect. But the real question mark was their starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson, when he was in there and stuff like that. It didn't look too good. Then he got hurt. Then they caught fire. So I'm looking at him like, okay, this team is good, but is Deshaun Watson really good? I know he had a couple good moments, but is Deshaun good enough when we're talking about the playoffs and stuff like that? Meanwhile, I do need Raheem Mostert to get to about 50, I think it's like, what, 55 rushing yards I need from him. So if he can just do JB a solid. Oh, I took all yards. He's not doing anything in the pass game, really. It says 105 and 6. All right, so he says, JB, well, we lost Anthony Richardson for the whole dang year. And so, yes, that part was devastating. I had Anthony Richardson in my other fantasy league. I have no quarterback now. I traded for Anthony Richardson, gave up Jordan Addison in like the second week of the season for Anthony Richardson, and I've got nobody now. I have to put Sam Howell out there, and Sam Howell got me like 10 points this week. And there's nobody I can pick up. I don't want Russell Wilson. I don't want Zach Wilson. And so I don't want Kenny Pickett. There's nobody I can pick up now. So JB's team is in shambles. All right, but here we go. 2nd and 7. Tua. Oh, they're going to stop the play here. That means a penalty on the offense here. That's going to be a false start against the Miami Dolphins, again, who trail 24-17. In the other league that I'm in, I've lost Anthony Richardson for the season. I obviously lost Nick Chubb for the season. I was unable to claim his backup, Jerome Ford, unfortunately. I currently have James Conner on IR. Who else am I missing? There's somebody else that I'm missing. Other league has just been dismantled by injuries and stuff like that. So it's brutal. Tua throws it incomplete. Trying to get it to Tyreek. Tyreek wants a flag. Referee says not so fast. So we got 3rd and 12 coming up. All right, she says Nick Chubb out of there. And so, yes, that was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. And I know in my heart of heart, I should have rostered Jerome Ford earlier. But man, that hurt. That hurt. That's when I started looking at my team like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. 3rd and 12, throws it over the middle and gets the completion. And that's Jalen Waddle for the first down for the Miami Dolphins. So Dolphins are picking up a clutch 3rd down play. Tackled by Edmonds on the play. All right, Dolphins right now from the 45-yard line. They're thinking about trying to tie this one up. Fakes it to the back. Tua on the move, throws this one, and gets the catch. Look at that. And that's Wilson Sr. there with the catch. Cedric Wilson. His 2nd catch of the game. 2 catches for 48 yards. And Ode says to hit that like button. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yes, be sure to press that like button. And again, tomorrow's stream, Monday Night Football. You guys already know what it is. And so Monday Night Football. The only thing to look forward to on Monday, really. Let's see. RC says record. Right now, RC, in that league, my record is currently, I think I've got 2 losses on the year so far. This week will be my 3rd loss, though. So we're like middle of the road. There's not much I can do because too many guys was going to bye week this week. So I had to literally pick up Antonio Gibson and start him, and I had to start one of the Rams running backs. I don't know. It was a bad situation for JB this week in that fantasy league. Yeah, I'm currently 4-2, despite all those injuries. Still 4-2 in that league somehow. Tua throws it, gets the completion to Jalen Waddle. He's still going to be short of the first down marker. But yeah, somehow in that division, I am at the top of that division at 4-2. So, but I'm gonna lose 4. I'm gonna be 4-3. It's not looking good at all. Like I got no chance. No chance. 3rd and 8. Pressure up the middle. Tua throws that one and picked off. He threw an interception. I'm pretty sure it was Lewis back there in coverage, but he takes it to the 17. And Lewis, I know you're happy about that play. Braden says picked. Lewis says 4-2. Texas in the north. Okay. In the ninth. I'm sorry, in the ninth. And let's see. Lewis says, come on, defense. RC says, not too shabby, though. And so, yeah, we're going to fall to 4-3. Ever since, really, James Conner's been on IR, it's like I win 1 week, I lose 1 week, I win 1 week, I lose 1 week. And so, but we're not built for playoff success. And this is a money league, so we're not built for playoff success right now. That's what concerns me. We're barely putting up points now. We don't have any explosive players left. I can only hope that once Kyler Murray returns, because I did pick him up out of pure desperation, that if Kyler Murray does return, that since I've got both Marquise Brown and I picked up Randall Moore, that maybe he'll throw the ball to them a lot and maybe that can give me something. But JB's team in that league, oh man, it's just bad. We're just waiting to go extinct, basically. It's bad. The record doesn't reflect it, but it's bad. Braden says, what a pick by Lewis. He's dropping back. Lewis says, yes, sir, let's go. Lewis says, run the clock, Philly, let's go. Yeah, so, yes, run the clock. Don't throw anything to Devontae Smith. RC says, what's rest? I feel like I'm always, okay, always on the move. He said, what's rest? Okay. Yeah, but so far, Tua, 22 of 30, 208 yards passing. Jalen Hurts, 19 of 25, 220 yards passing. Both quarterbacks have thrown an interception now. Tua's got 1 passing touchdown. Jalen Hurts has 2. Right now, that's the difference. Both of these running backs, it was Swift running in the first half, and now it is Raheem Mostert for Miami in the second half. Let's see. Eric says, you're a Cardinals fan, JB, and so JB is not a Cardinals fan. But JB does like good values. There's been a lot of mock drafts, and so I've seen a lot of people were disregarding both of those guys. And so, like, since they were like middle of the draft type of draft picks, I went ahead and took them in the middle. And then I said, if Kyler Murray comes back, because last year Randall Moore was having games where he was getting about 20 fantasy points during the time that Hopkins was hurt. So I know if Kyler Murray's in the game, I know Randall Moore can get me 16 to 24 points a game regularly. So same for Marquise Brown with the deep passes. Jalen Hurts throws that one away there. Closest receiver was A.J. Brown. 2nd and 10 coming up. Lewis says, rest is to sober up. RC says, even on days off, I get minimum to no rest. JB's the same way. JB's always doing something, always doing something. There's never time to purely rest. All right, 2nd and 10. From their own 17-yard line. And they head to the Swift, and Swift is going to pick up about 5 yards on the carry, which is going to make it 3rd down. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Philly 22-yard line with 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Get Philly up 24-17. RC says, JB, the only time I get to rest is when I find time to check out my hoops team and sometimes some football. Lewis says, makes sense to slumber down. And so, yes, I guess that you have to have a drastic routine to make up for the weekend, Lewis. It's got to be. All right, but here we go, 3rd and 5. Hurts looking, Hurts throws it. That's A.J. Brown, and it looks like A.J. Brown from where he caught it should be a little short of that 1st down marker, which means the Eagles will end up punting the ball, I would think. Now, they said the tush push is foolproof, that it works every time. And so if that's the case, you just need 1 yard. But I say you punt it. Lewis said, went 8-2 yesterday, 4-1 today. It's a lot of W's there. That's 12-3 overall. You seem to hover about that 80% win percentage, it seems. Yep, looks like he was short. But I will take every completion that I can for my fantasy team. Very important that JB wins this week against a division foe. Both of us currently right now in that league, what are we both? 5-1? Yeah, we're both 5-1, so critical that I beat them. All right, so 4th and 1 here. They're going for it with the tush push, which works every time for them. It's foolproof. That's confidence. That's a statement. They said from our own 25, 26-yard line, you see the smirk right there by the head coach. But, man, that's huge. When you say there's nothing that they can do about it to stop you. Absolutely. And Lewis says, keep running the ball. Let's go. Let's go. Keep running the ball. Yeah, at some point the NFL is going to get tired and they're going to ban it. But while it's not banned, let's enjoy it. I think give that to good old Kenneth Gainsborough to carry. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd down coming up. 9 minutes to go here in the 4th. Look at that. You're over there laughing with the official as well. He's like, there's nothing that they can literally do to stop it. Like, I don't even know why it's still legal. That's basically what he's saying over there. All right, 2nd and 7. Eight minutes and 40 seconds to go in the 4th. Play fake. Hurts throws that one. Oh, off the hands of A.J. Brown. A.J., you got to make that catch. You got to make that catch, man. I need every point here. We're trying to send a statement today. Speaking of which, let me see. All right, so we got 3rd and 7 here. Let me go 5 wide here out of the shotgun formation. Jalen Hurts are coming in from their own 30-yard line. Dolphins send pressure. It's caught by Looks like A.J. Brown there with the catch. Where would they mark him at is the question. And looks like he's going to be short. Eagles not even wasting any time here. And, oh man, that tush push just keeps on moving. It just keeps on moving. I mean, wow. It can't be stopped. Can't be stopped. Wow. Another first down. Another one. And this could be the drive of all drives, to be honest with you. This could be it. Hands the ball to Swift, and Swift's going to pick up about a yard in the play. Second down. So we got 2nd and 9 here. All right, so here in the shotgun, Dallas Goedert goes in motion. Hurts throws it, and A.J. Brown will get another catch here. And my goodness, the man got 9 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. And a part of JB wants to see him still get a deep touchdown catch for JB just to go ahead and just rub it in on his opponent here. And we got 3rd and 4. And again, that clock continuing to run here. You know, 45-yard line, gives it to Kenneth Gainswell, and Gainswell's about a yard shy, but there is a penalty here. There is a penalty. I was starting to say, you know what? Maybe it's their strategy to finish a yard shy of the first down marker, so on 4th down they can just continue to go out there and just quarterback keep it. Lewis says, hope JB's alarm don't go off right now. Be thinking it's time to get up. Oh, man. So now that you mentioned it, let's see, Lewis says, C-man bases loaded, Texas no outs. And so, oh man. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun from midfield. Jalen Hurts, pump fakes, pressure. Jalen throws it while he got hit. And oh, he found A.J. Brown in there. Look at that, taking it to the 8-yard line. Look at that. Woo, that's what, 42 yards right there. A.J. Brown, 10 catches, 137 yards, and a touchdown. And all JB's saying right now is get him in that end zone right now. That's what JB wants to see. That's big. That's big. Lewis says, need to stop Miami. He said, come on, Miami, you need to stop. Let's see, what would a touchdown do for you right now? Would that destroy it if they got a touchdown? Feeds it to Kenneth Gainswell, and Gainswell fighting forward here. He's about 2-3 yards away from the end zone. And so 5 straight games with over 125 plus receiving yards. A.J. Brown. That's A.J. Brown representing my fantasy team right there. He's working hard. I'm proud of him. When a man works that hard, let's go ahead and just throw him up a one-on-one jump pass and let him go get that touchdown and just get that one more extra touchdown. Let's just do it for him. But yeah, this feels great. This feels great. A.J. Brown putting in work. Uh-oh, Brady said touchdown. Brady's living in the future here. Braden, we're not there yet, but we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Lewis doesn't and all. Oh yeah, Julio Jones is saying, yeah, that's a guy right there. That's the guy. Again, 12 plays, 80 yards, over 630 seconds. And they give it to Kenneth Gainwell, and Kenneth with a nice spinning act to roll into the end zone there. That's going to be a touchdown, Philadelphia. And so, 13 plays, 83 yards, 6 minutes and 35 seconds in terms of time possession off the clock, with about 4 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in this one. The score right now, 31-17. Dolphins find themselves down 2 touchdowns with 1 timeout remaining. Lewis says, bring in the subs. He says, bring in the subs. Oh, man. All right, so we've got Elliott coming out for the extra point here. Extra point is good, okay. All right, big time play by A.J. Brown. And then Kenneth Gainwell spinning his way into the end zone. He said, phew, just spinning his way. Now the Dolphins with under 5 minutes to go and 1 timeout. You know they're going to come out slinging. Lewis, I'm worried for you. I'm worried for you at this point. This next touchdown would make it over. So I'm worried for you. Lewis says, no more points. Defense, Philly. You're like, Philly, let's go. No more points. I was about to say, you got to specify because sometimes they might get an interception and take it to the house. So, yeah, definitely specify. Absolutely. Oh, Thursday night football, the Buccaneers and the Bills. That'll be interesting for a Thursday night football game. Seeing all that fries now, got JB thinking about the post game meal now. All right, kickoff on the way. All right, Lewis, this is for you. This is for you. Tua, turning the north from his own 25-yard line. Miami Dolphins. Receiver goes in motion. Tua throws it. Gets the completion of Jalen Waddle, who's going to be about a yard shy of that first down marker. Second down coming up. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins, they've got to move for this sense of urgency. And Lewis says Graham Slam, Texas, 9-2. Oh, man, Lewis, 1 second. Just a couple minutes ago, things were looking really good. What happened? All right, 2nd and 2. Tua, feeling pressure. Tua brought down for the sack. Third down coming up. I will give the Dolphins offensive line tremendous credit this entire season. They've done a pretty good job of keeping Tua upright consistently. I mean, coming into the season, there was major concerns, obviously, about, keeping Tua injury-free. But this season, we've not had those conversations because the offensive line has done a tremendous job. And we see what the kid can do when he has time and the offensive line is protecting him. So I ask you guys this. Where should Tua, like when he gets his next contract, because he should get his next contract, where should he rank amongst the quarterbacks in terms of how much money he gets paid at the time when he signs his contract? Should he be like top 3, top 5? Where should they pay him in terms of just the amount of money? And it looks like Philly, though, that defensive line's getting after it, though. Another sack. Another sack. But it's little things, like things you don't think about, but little things that I noticed that Tom Brady did so good throughout his career is when he seemed like when he knew he was going to get sacked, does a tremendous job of just going down first and not allowing a big hit to happen to him to protect himself. Knowing how to protect yourself when you're about to get a sack is huge. All right, so Brandon says, pay the man like a top 3 quarterback. JB says pay him definitely top 10, closer to top 5 than 10, but somewhere around that, I guess, 6 range maybe, 6 or 7 range, because injuries are still a concern. Brandon says, yeah, Tua did that. All right, so here we go. 4th down. Can they convert for their own 25-yard line? Looking, and they're going to stop the play. They're going to stop the play here. Timeout called by Philly. Let's see, Brandon says got down and didn't get hit. And so, yeah, that's the smart thing to do. I mean, that's something that you think about it. And it's something that as a casual, as a fan, you don't really too much think about it. But having a quarterback who knows how to go down and don't fight the D lineman. I mean, that's the difference between what I see from Tom Brady and a guy like Ben Roethlisberger who will stand right there and just take the hit, or an Andrew Luck. And then it's like over time, that stuff adds up. You consistently get hit. It'll add up. But Tom Brady was the master at, okay, I'm about to get sacked. Let me slide down, protect myself. And that's something that he worked on. That's a skill to be able to just negate those hits. And those guys are coming and they're trying to, without putting it, any other way, they're trying to end careers out there. So you got to protect yourself. 4th and 10. Throws it and incomplete. Even if he caught that, he still would have been short. And so the Eagles get the stop, the turnover on down. And look at that. Nick Sirianni, he's happy. The Eagles are happy. They're flying high right now. Lewis says now run the clock. Eric says 10 to 15 more fantasy points would be great. So me and Eric are looking like, hey, throw it up to A.J. Brown. But Lewis says, man, run out the clock. Run out the clock. Eric says Monday it'll come down to Kittle versus Osborne. For me, it'll come down to my opponent has Brock Purdy, and I will have on my end Jordan Addison. So Addison versus Purdy. But my fantasy team is up by a good amount of points. So as long as Jordan Addison just looks decent, I should have it. Braden says that's game. There's still 3 minutes and 19 seconds left to go, and the Eagles are really close. So it is possible the Eagles could possibly score again. That is possible. But for Lewis's sake, I hope that doesn't happen. Just go ahead and run out the clock. But what a performance by A.J. Brown. 10 catches, 137 yards receiving, and a touchdown. Wow. I'm proud he's on my fantasy team, guys. Like, that makes JB happy. Because Justin Herbert only got me like 13 points today, so this made up for it. This made up for it. Lewis says, please don't go for a touchdown, Philly. Eric says, you got Kittle and you're down 6 points. So what you need is Brock Purdy to have a game like he did a couple games ago where he found Kittle in the end zone about 3 times. And so, yeah, I don't need that for Brock Purdy at all. But maybe 1 touchdown will suffice if he gets 1 touchdown. Kenneth says, good night, my friends. See you on the next stream tomorrow night. And all have a good night. Yeah, you have a good night as well. And appreciate you for coming through, Kenneth. And hey, have a great start to the week as well. These weekends go by too fast. They go by way too fast. All right, let's see. All right, for the Dolphins 25-yard line, takes the snap, hands it to Swift, and Swift trying to find a lane, but he's going to lose 3 yards on the play here. He's got 14 carries for 40 yards in this one. Oh, man, Raheem Mostert, he could have. That's right, I forgot about that. Dang it. Let's see, Eric says, let's keep hoping Jalen and AJ can get one more heavy lifting in garbage time. And so, right, but right now it's looking like if somebody's going to score, it's probably going to end up being the running back most likely. But I can see Jalen Hurts keeping it himself for a score also. All right, 2nd and 13. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 back. Feeds it to the back, and Swift, Swift to the 10, to the 5, well, actually to the 6-yard line. And that's where he's going to get brought down, and they can take this to the 2-minute warning. So, Lewis is like, no, this literally can make or break it. So, oh, wow. Well, Dolphins have no timeouts, so if they want to go out there and take a couple of knees, they should be able to take a couple of knees after the 2-minute warning, I would think. But if they run that ball one more time, then that's it. But I think they're going to come out and take a knee after the half. After the 2-minute warning, I feel like. But we are at the 2-minute warning, and the Eagles leading 31-17. Lewis says, holding the 3 at best. Holding the 3. We'll see if that works out there for you. All right, Lewis. This is for you. This is for you. And so, in the zone, what's good with you? How are you doing? And in the zone says, my guy, hey, what's your, let's see, fantasy football team name? And so, yeah, my fantasy football team name, let me see which one I have for this one. Is it the Revengers or, yeah, the Revengers. The Revengers. So, currently right now, 5-1, trying to become 6-1. But yeah, I got the Revengers. Absolutely. All right, Jalen Hurts is coming out here taking a couple of knees, so nothing to worry about, Lewis. Jalen decided to go ahead and take a knee. I told him it's okay. He's taking a couple of knees here. Eric says, Bradley Shutt for a TD. He says, come on. You're right there. And so Rizzo says, oh, okay. And so, yes, Braden says, great stream, JBC. Good night and see you tomorrow. So, yes, good night to you and see you tomorrow. Absolutely have a great start to the week. But, yes, JB Fantasy Team needed this. Like, I needed this performance today. A.J. Brown came through for me. Dallas Goddard, he played the game too in this one. So, they came through for your boy. Now, tomorrow, I just want Jordan Addison to go out there and just get me about 20 just for the sake of blowing out my opponent at this point. Yes, JB said that. Now that I've got the win, I feel like the win is secure. Let's go ahead and make a statement here out of our opponent here. Let's do it. It's a divisional game right now. Let's see. Lewis says 48. Thank you. That was close, Lewis. That was close. You better be lucky that the Eagles decided to, have mercy out there. O says, great game, better stream like always, JB, and let's go, Pats. And so, yes, appreciate that. And shout out to Mike for becoming a member on the channel here, the third member that we've ever had here on the channel. So appreciate that, Mike. I'm pretty sure he's already left here, but appreciate that, Mike. Absolutely. And so Lewis now advances to 25-5. All right, let's see. And the Zoe says you stream tomorrow. So yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow night for Monday Night Football. Absolutely. That's going to be the Minnesota Vikings and the 49ers. Yeah, Vikings and 49ers for that one. So I will be streaming for that one. Absolutely. Eric says, hey, fly Eagles fly. Lewis says, great stream, JB. Till tomorrow, good night, everyone. Yes, good night to you all. JB will go ahead and end the stream here because, like everybody else, well, JB has a million other things he's got to do as well here. But appreciate you guys for coming through here. You guys are the real MVPs. Let's see. O says you still got Addison and the 49ers defense, and you're up 6 in your $50 league. And so, yes, everything that Addison gets is just icing on the cake, basically. Icing on the cake. SM wants JBOT. There's no JBOT tonight, but hey, maybe it happens tomorrow. Who knows? But we will not be having JBOT tonight. Absolutely. But thank you guys for coming through here and supporting your boy JB. And so looking forward to seeing you guys again next time. Take care